One of the most iconic names in Cowboys history is a name that was coined by Danny White. The Thurman's Thieves, a name of the Dallas Cowboys defensive backfield of the 1980s. The nickname was named after defensive back Dennis Thurman. In this video, we are taking a look back at one of the most iconic groups in Cowboys history. Dennis Thurman was selected by the Dallas Cowboys in the 11th round of the 1978 NFL Draft. He dropped in the draft because he was considered too small and too slow to play professional football. Although his college experience was at safety, he made the team as a backup cornerback. In 1979, after being moved around to different positions, he made his first start at cornerback in the last game of the season against the Washington Redskins. He had 37 tackles, 1 fumble recovery, and 2 interceptions, 1 in the regular season and 1 in the divisional playoff game against the Los Angeles Rams.
Carter is in the goal, running back.
In 1980, he started at free safety in place of an injured Hughes. In the 9th game against the St. Louis Cardinals, he returned an interception for a 78-yard touchdown. Although his play was inconsistent, he still tied Charlie Waters for the team lead with 5 interceptions. Following Charlie Waters' retirement in 1981, cornerback Benny Barnes shifted to strong safety, Michael Downs to free safety, and Thurman took over as the starting right cornerback. He dominated.
The throw.
Thurman had 76 tackles, 1 fumble recovery, and 9 interceptions, ranking him 3rd in team history behind Everson Walls' 11 interceptions that same year. He was legendary in the 1982 playoff matchup against the Packers. He tied a club record with 3 interceptions, including a 30-yard return for touchdown to clinch a spot in the NFC Championship game. In my humble opinion, Thurman is one of the most overlooked players in Cowboys history. Ron Fellows was selected by the Dallas Cowboys in the 7th round of the 1981 NFL Draft. From 1981 to 1982, he was a nickel cornerback who came in on obvious passing downs. In 1983, he won the starting position over former #1 draft pick Rod Hill. On nickel downs, he was 2nd on the team with 5 interceptions, and from 1983 to 1985, he had an amazing 17 interceptions, the definition of a true ball hawker. The next member of the iconic group is Victor Scott. Scott was selected by the Dallas Cowboys in the 2nd round of the 1984 NFL Draft. Against St. Louis Cardinals, he had an amazing diving 4th quarter interception that set up the game's winning touchdown. The next season in Week 15, he would continue his clutch play against the New York Giants. Victor helped the Cowboys clinch the NFC East Championship when he intercepted a Phil Simms pass with 46 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter. He also had 3 sacks, 2 interceptions, 1 return for a touchdown, 7 passes defense, and 1 forced fumble that season. Another member of Thurman Thieves is Dexter Clinkscale. Clinkscale was a fan favorite who was a big-time hitter, a short tackler who had 2 games with at least 12 or more tackles. He had his most dominant year in 1985. In 1985, Clinkscale registered 100 tackles, 3 interceptions, 2 fumble recoveries, and 2 sacks. Perhaps his greatest performance came in a game versus Atlanta Falcons, where he had 13 tackles and 2 interceptions. Another member of that secondary was Michael Downs.
Intercepted by Downs, and it's a touchdown!
An undrafted free agent who became the 3rd rookie in Cowboys history to start for Tom Landry's defense.
They've got 2 to go. Craig unloading. Michael Downs.
His performance allowed the Cowboys to move Dennis Thurman from free safety to cornerback. He was one of the greatest playmakers in Cowboys history. In the first game of his career, he intercepted Joe Theismann. At one point in the season, he went on a tear, intercepting a pass 3 games in a row. He ended his rookie season with a total of 7 interceptions and was 7th in the league in interceptions. He was a major contributor in the Cowboys setting a franchise record in interceptions in 1981. He was also a legendary tackler, leading the Cowboys secondary for 7 consecutive seasons in tackles, registering over 100 tackles in 5 seasons, and leading the team in tackles in 3 seasons.
By White and Downs again.
He was one of the best blitzing safeties of his era.
Comes the blitz. Archer reads it, rolls out. He's hit as he lets it go.
And they come with it. Tips does not have a chance.
Jefferson again in motion. 50.
He finished his career with 34 interceptions, which was 5th in franchise history. Another fan favorite was Billy Bates, who was an important member of Thurman Thieves.
There was not a Steeler receiver anywhere near this ball. Here comes Bates. He'd been lined up in that linebacker position.
Bates was a culture icon in the 80s who helped change the game. Bates didn't just revolutionize the blitzing safety with his 15.5 sacks in just 4 seasons.
Be an easy shot, 3rd and 13. In trouble is Eason. Just does stay on his feet. And down
he also revolutionized the special teams defender and is arguably the greatest gunner in history.
Retreats 2 yards deep in the end zone. Downs is cut down by Bill Bates. I tell you talk about your big play guys, and you're usually talking about an offensive player, but Bill Bates is that type of guy on defense and special teams. Watch him come down there, run through the sun, play off blockers. He just has a nose for that ball, and then once he gets there, he's a good tackler. So he just throws his body in there, wraps those arms around, takes him down.
Bates played in over 217 games in a span of almost 2 decades under 2 different owners and coaches, and it started as a member of Thurman Thieves. The most dangerous DB of the pack was Everson Walls, an undrafted free agent.
What's interesting is that finally, I think they've come up with a great cornerback. Through all the years of Dallas excellence, as we look at the end zone replay, the only great cornerback they had was Renfro. Adderley came late in the game to Green Bay, but look at this kid with a nose for the football, and he may be the answer.
From the moment he stepped out on the field, it was apparent that he was one of the most talented ball hawker DBs, not just in franchise history, but in NFL history as well. Walls was an assassin. In 1981, Walls led Dallas to a franchise record with 11 interceptions. He was the lone holder of the record for 4 decades until Trayvon Diggs tied it back in 2021. Walls led the league in interceptions 3 times in his career, which is the most for any cornerback in history. Walls had 3 seasons with 7 or more interceptions. He was so dominant that he had 34 interceptions in just 5 years. That's 7 interceptions per year. What's interesting is that from 1981 to 1987, he intercepted a pass in an amazing 35% of the games he started in. It's still a shame that he's not in the Hall of Fame. There you have it, Cowboy Nation, one of the greatest groups in Cowboys history. Is this the greatest defensive back group in Cowboys history? Let me know in the comments. Until next time, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And as always, thanks for watching.